Child, we are at it again, honey. And this time, we're taking the Queen's Supreme Court live show down to the Riviera Maya in Mexico. Now, girl, y'all already know how we went down there to the Dominican Republic last year and tore them people down. Baby, we let the Dominican Republic have it, baby. Mexico, it's y'all turn, and y'all better get ready. Mark your calendars, July 10th through the 15th. You need to rush over there to www.qscvacations.com. That's qscvacation.com to get your tickets. Everything is included, baby. Food, drinks, and lodging, girl. All you got to do is get there. So come on. Don't meet me there, bitch. Beat me there. Down to the bar in Mexico. Yes, God, honey. Is it on? Is it on, honey? Is this recorded? Oh, what's up, YouTube land, Twitter land, Instagram land, Snapchat, Grindr, Scruff, BGC, Jacked, Facebook, Periscope, and last but not least, every single one.
How many?
Every single one.
How many?
Every single one of my bitches. Corey! Sean.
What is it?
Curse shot. Curse shot. Bingo. And the land's all across the land. This is your girl T.S. Madison coming to you loud, and in color, and always and forever. Excuse me, in color. I might say things twice. From the Queens of Supreme.
Which one?
Supreme.
Which?
The Queens of Supreme. Good. Make sure you say the Supreme.
Right.
Ladies and gentlemen, listen, I'm not going to even waste no time with y'all. I'm bringing all the way to the microphone the legend, the goddess, the empress, and emperor.
Ooh.
The king and the queen.
Hey, say that.
The alpha and the alpha. Ladies and gentlemen, the comedian to the stars, honey. All the way from BET, coming to you by way of Cheryl Underwood's Reed.
Security, I don't know what you're talking about.
All the way up. Notice that I said from Cheryl Underwood up to Tiffany Haddish. Ladies and gentlemen, they are ready. They always gonna be ready. And if your motherfuckers stay ready, you don't gotta get ready. Ladies and gentlemen, Flame Monroe.
Woo! Hi, T.S. Madison.
Girl, don't come on here with no voice like that. Your name is Ernest. Don't you do that.
That's Leon to you, dear.
All right, mister.
Hey, y'all, what's going on, y'all? YouTube land, Twitter land, Maddie land, 22 inches land.
Uh-huh.
All that land.
That's the lands,
That's a lot
girl.
of lands, baby. I'm in the marvelous chateau, and the chateau is actually marvelous, ladies and gentlemen. But the best thing about the entire chateau is Miss Mary is rattling some pots up in that kitchen. When I tell you, we had the whole pig. We ain't skinned it or nothing. Mary cooked the entire, just put the damn pig alive in the pot. God, it was so good.
It was so good.
Baby, that pig was fighting.
Oh, baby, honey, she was like, oing.
I'm sorry, little piggy went to market, but ooh, this little piggy went to my belly. Miss Mary had slammed them pots up in that kitchen, y'all.
Yeah, we say this every time. People be able to, I just want to get a plate from Miss Mary.
Baby, Miss Mary food is delicious. I see y'all about to start selling the plates, right?
Oh, yes.
Miss Mary. Let me sign up for 2. Do you deliver?
To California.
Ship me a plate out, Miss Mary.
Ladies and gentlemen, listen, it's very much so an honor for me to sit here with one of the pioneering transgender women that I know. Pioneered transgender women into stand-up comedy. Pioneered transgender women over there in BET, Black Entertainment Television.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know.
That pays EBT money.
Oh, well.
People been saying that for years.
That's the TEA. On that,
There you go.
the
Not the
TEA on
TSA,
BET.
but the
On the BET, on that SHIT. So you better keep your EYEOPE in because they will GET you and know it.
Get you good. They gave you a platform. We had such a great time today taping Queen Supreme Court. I had a great time, man.
Yeah, you said a lot of things. You did. You said a lot of things. And I think that what I'm going to do now is just dissect one. I need you to break this down for our listeners. The he, she, we movement.
Hey, I love it. The he, she, we movement.
The he, she, we movement. Can you elaborate just a tad bit more on the he, she, we movement?
The he, she, we movement came because I was sick of my trans sisters and brothers getting upset about pronouns and bathroom rights. So, as a performer, as an artist, as an entertainer, I never legally changed my name. My legal name is Marcus Parker. It's still Marcus Parker. The checks come in Marcus Parker. So the man in me been pimping the woman in me for 25 years because Flame Monroe makes all the money. Marcus Parker don't make jack. So he cashes the check. She gets the money and we spend it. That's one person. So I love
so very much so like the Holy Trinity, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost.
You better say it. Like what's his name? What's the comedian's name? Older, Richard Pryor's friend? Who Paul Mooney. Paul Mooney had the Father, the Son. I guess he's just waiting on the Holy Ghost.
Oh, you bitch you. Quick to let a dope boy hit you. In that outfit, on you.
So the he, she, we is just a narrative of who I am as a whole person. Because Maddie, you're an entertainer. I don't know. Have you legally changed your name?
No, I haven't.
So the checks come in one name, but Maddie makes the money. T.S. Madison makes your money, not the other person. The other person is just responsible for covering the money, and the both of y'all spend it. Exactly, right?
Yeah.
So technically, you are a he, she, we. Sounds very a he, she, we. It sounds very Asian. If you go into the Asian nail salon and get your nails and toes done, the Asians start saying, "Oh, he, she, we, he, she, we." They're reading the shit out of you.
Say it again. He, she, we.
It sounds very Asian. He, she, we. He, she, we. He, she, we. Baby, if you hit a yang saying it up in the Korean nail salon, they tearing your ass up.
You ain't fooled.
That's where I got it from.
You ain't fooled
The
nobody.
lady said, he, she, we one time. I said, what did she just say? I said, this bitch called me a he, she, we. I thought it was the cutest name. I kept it.
She said the Yangs.
The Yanks.
You know, in Asia though they say lady boys.
Yeah, but we not in Asia. We're in America, and they are fucking Yanks because they call us something else.
Trans
Yeah. I'm not talking about trans. I'm talking about
Right.
the nationality. They call us something too. It's not Yanks. Mostly it's he, she, we.
Just know that you've been clocked, niece, when
Baby.
you hear that in the nail shop. And if you a
Baby.
fish, you've been clocked, girl.
Tearing your ass up. So that is where that comes from.
Well,
And I said only about me as a joke.
Okay. Well, speaking of where that comes from, let's dig a little further up. Let's pull the shovel up a little bit.
Well, do it.
Just touch the ground. Where did you come from?
From my mother and father.
Okay, which derived from, tell us what city and state you came
I
from.
came from Chicago, Illinois. My parents are from Missouri. And I've been living in Cali for 13 years, 12 years.
All right, so where did Flame Monroe derive?
Oh, Flame was my name when I used to dye my hair red when I was in high school. It was Miss Clairol, 33R, but the name of the hair color was red.
You remember that?
The name was Flame, 33R, Miss Clairol. That was how it came. So when I was time for me to start doing drag, when I decided I want to do drag, that was immediately the name. The name was always bigger than me, though. I always thought the name was a big name, and I was the only Flame for so many years. So many Flames now. But Monroe was because I loved Marilyn Monroe, and I thought I was sexy. I was young. I was a size 6. We talking about eons ago. Nobody at this table was a size 6 right now. Let me just say that.
The bitch tried to jab at me, but we're talking eons ago. So let's get back to this old hoe.
I take it. Get, in the words of the old people, get here. So that's where Flame Monroe came from. Man, I just knew I was a funny person. I hosted the shows in Chicago for 17 years, the drag shows, and I was the queen of the city. But then we went to the comedy club as a dare. I went as a dare with some friends one night to the open mic night, and the host, Damon Williams is his name, tried to join me from the audience. From the stage, I'm in the audience. I tore his ass up. He invited me to come on stage, and we went back and forth just like you and I do, man. And it was all in fun. He called me some names, and my skin was thick. I'm not a wuss. I grew up with the sissy word for years and years and years.
So may I ask you this?
Wait a minute. Let me finish this story first. Hold
Okay.
on, player.
I'm
Hold
sorry.
on.
I'm sorry. Excuse me.
So when we were going back and forth, and he got a little aggressive, I had my pants on. I had on some slacks on a teddy. I raised my pants leg up. I had my house arrest basically on. I was on house arrest, y'all. And it just tore the room in half. Immediately, I knew I wanted to be a comedian.
Wow.
I was stuck. The first time I ever did stand-up, I was on house arrest. I I was sentenced to 3.5 years, but they kicked me out after 48 days. I incited 3 riots.
Oh.
Without doing that, I was a size 6. I was 21. I was red, light skinned, brand new boobs, young, tight, high booty. None of those things go with me right now. No young, no high booty, no tight. Everything loose and falling. I got menopause and prostate at the same time. Old man and old women issues, baby.
So, Flame, let me ask you this: if people ask you, what is your identity? Like, what is your gender identity? Like, if someone brings you on a television show or a show such as this where we don't care here, but someone would say, because we have hetero listeners, that would say, what is your gender? Are you man? Are you? Let me get this right. Are you trans? Are you non-binary? Are you?
First of all, I don't understand all of those. All I know is I'm old school. It's only 2 things you can like. So you can put every noun, pronoun, conjunction, junction, what's your function, adjective in front of the word. Because when you get in bed, you either like penis or vagina. Ain't nothing else.
Well, what you like when you get in bed?
It depends on what day of the week it is and what the motherfucker look like. It depends. There's nothing else. Because I've had them both. Now, if they've created something new, I feel cheated because I haven't had it. Penis or vagina. There's nothing else. So you could be asexual, bisexual, pansexual, skillet sexual, crockpot sexual. All these titles and adjectives. When you get in bed, do you like penis or vagina or both? And that's okay.
Because you have 3 kids.
I have 3 kids. And I haven't done a penis in years and years and years. But
Why?
the price
Why
is right
haven't you done a penis?
Because
Why
I
haven't
haven't
you
met
done-
a man that
Why
took
haven't
me
you
to
done
that
a penis?
place. Because I haven't met a man that took me to that place. If I meet a tall, fine, sexy, stacked, got his head together, know who he is, brother, I might.
So you have sexual relationships currently with women?
Only with trans men or very masculine lesbian women.
Got it.
Is it the butch in them that makes you want to put the butch in them?
They are my husband 23 hours out the day. How many hours is it in a day?
24.
You don't want to know about me that 24th hour, baby. That's another girl there.
So then technically your sexual encounters or sexual relationships aren't really gay because you're with trans men or lesbians.
Well, see,
So are you not- there we go.
There you go saying with because trans men like to be treated and addressed as men.
men.
What did I
So
say?
if you said treated as a woman, it's not a gay relationship. They still like to be treated and spoken to and addressed as he, Mr. and him.
Okay, so now here's the
Well, I
thing.
just meant
Out of
like-
respect. I know what you're saying,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I'm just saying it respectfully.
But this
for
my
our
thing,
listeners.
Flame. When I ask you this stuff about trans women, it seems like that you more biased towards the girls, the trans girls, and the trans men you more linear with.
I can relate to that because I've been a trans woman for 35 years. The trans women I know in my life see the real world. These are people I surround myself with. I'm not biased towards them. I just don't like when we sugarcoat it or when we live a facade. I think it's disrespectful to women, your mother, your sister, your auntie, for us to say, "Oh, I was born a woman. I feel just like a woman feel." I don't think that we will ever know. Let me speak for me, but as a community, a trans woman community, I don't think we will ever know how women feel. My grandmother used to tell my aunties, a woman's greatest strength and weaknesses is her loyalty. We will leave as men. We will leave a relationship. Women will stay even when they don't want to because they have children or because they love this man. They believe in this man. Us, our thinking pattern, we will never have a woman's heart or mind.
It is.
Period.
I love the way you say that, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because I personally do believe that a woman's love is the closest we'll get to unconditional love on this side of earth.
Because women are
I believe that.
super loyal and dedicated.
They are.
We are not.
And
we will break, bitch.
no matter
You
how
know
many
you will
times,
break.
no matter how many
Who's
times
we?
we hurt her, no matter how many times a man hurt her,
Yeah.
let her down,
Yeah.
disappoint her,
She'll
she's
stay.
gonna find a way
Yes.
to still try to love
We got
you.
a woman in the
and
room.
men just
Yes,
aren't
Miss
made
Mary.
that
I'm
way.
trying to figure out
We got a woman
when
in the
she
room.
says we. Wait, I'm trying to figure out when she says we. Are you calling me a man?
No, man. You are T.S. Madison. And what does the T.S. stand for?
Tamika Smith.
I saw a driver's license, y'all. That's a lie.
But I think that your points are valid because, like Madison and I talk all the time, she doesn't necessarily have the same mindset as some of the girls. Like, she embraces her sexual part. Not all of the trans girls do. And I hear you saying the same thing. So I see both sides of it. Because you're not a monolith. Just because you all are trans women and just because we're all black people doesn't mean that we're all going to think alike on every issue.
Yeah, and this is the thing that makes me admire you a lot, is because you stood on that, and like, you know, you haven't. Me, I'm not gonna say that I've changed. I just started to. I'm a Libra, and like I start looking at it this way. I start looking at it that way, like left to right. I'm looking at the scales of it, you know. And I'm telling you, Flame, you speak very much so a lot of like me when it comes down to the trans women accepting and respecting their genitalia.
Yes.
You know, and I think a lot of times, and I talked to Craig about this a lot. I feel like that I'm excluded from certain arenas and areas because I don't speak the same language. I don't speak the same tone. I don't have the same idea and the same thought pattern as that. And a lot of times they want you to be what, Craig? A monolith.
But always stand in your truth.
I always do.
Because when you stand in your truth, you never have to go to meet people where they are. They will eventually come to you. And if they don't, you're better off without them. Because I'm not going to change my formula. I know exactly how this works. I know what this is. I know that I ruffle feathers in the gay community. I know I ruffle feathers in the straight community. I know I ruffle feathers in the black community. I'm all those things, though. So this is how I feel. And then this is not discrediting any trans woman, any woman who came before me, the Marsha Johnsons and woo-woo. I didn't come to choose to say I am on the forefront for the trans community. I'm not standing on the battlefield to fight for us. I want to open doors that we don't even realize that we can open. And it's not about a pronoun or bathroom right to me. I want to fight for equality for real. We fought for gay marriage. We fought for gay marriage. But the gay divorce rate right now is probably higher than the gay marriage rate. Because, especially with the gay men, because men are not loyal like women. Women will crawl through shit for their children. And for the love of this man, just to say I live in this great home or my kids are set for life. We won't. This is the men in us. Bitch, we'll break.
And I think a lot of gay men ended up getting married just because we had the privilege.
Because we had the privilege.
Not just because they really wanted.
Then they break up and the gay men fight over the Andrew Christian draws and the lesbians fight over the damn cat. Girl, please.
But you had said something earlier too about, I don't think we were filming at that point, but you had said something about you're really interested in the issues that really, really count, that really matter.
For us as a whole society.
And you had mentioned some of them. Yeah, do you remember?
I mentioned that I was talking about them we losing our jobs because we're transgender. Yes. You can give 20 years of your life in military. You've been overseas, over in Korea, wherever they were fighting at, 2 terms or 3 terms, and now because this current administration don't like how you look, and you have dedicated your life for service, you could have lost your life over there, or a limb. People lost limbs, lost lives, lost loved ones, lost their fucking minds, shrapnel, all kind of stuff. And because he mad because you live your life a certain way, you kicked out the military, you lose all your benefits, but you ain't mad about that. You mad because somebody called you a he, or somebody looked at you the wrong way and told you couldn't use this bathroom. That's petty.
I get what you're saying.
We got to pick better battles.
I understand what you're saying, Flame, about that being petty, but it is also a battle. And it's a battle. It's a battle. And it's a battle because there are people that are really affected by that type of stuff.
You're going right back to what I said earlier. We are not happy unless we're in a fight. We can't keep asking for inclusion on the outside world and not fix our own shit. The LGBT community is segregated, divided, broken, racist, sexist, ageist, all of that. And we keep asking for somebody else to fix us. Understand that if they include us, we have to include them. I don't want their shit. They don't like each other. They shooting and killing each other because of whatever reason. So here we come begging like seals at a circus for a damn sardine. See me, see me, see me, accept me, accept me. You accept you. Let's fix our community as a whole before we go outside asking somebody else to fix our shit. That's in all arenas. Thank you, Miss. See, I got the choir.
Oh, I'm picking up what you're
putting down. The choir agree with me, baby. When Miss Mary said it's okay, it's okay. Fuck what you said. Miss Mary said it was okay, bitch. And she cooked the whole pig. The whole pig.
But Craig, you understand what I'm saying?
No, I actually do. I see both sides of it.
It's just
do.
like
I think both issues are important.
But I'm not. But on one hand, one hand and the other, I'm not disagreeing with what she's
Right,
saying.
yeah.
But I'm also saying that these things are also important for the people that it affect. So yes, I do think that there should be a fight on every place that there is a problem. I do feel that. You get what I'm saying? And just because, and I'm a victim of that. I'm a victim. I'm a victim of it, and I'm also an attacker. Because at one point, Flame, I didn't understand why people were offended by the word tranny, because I monopolized off of the word tranny for years. I didn't understand because it didn't affect me. But when I was looking at how many people, lots of people that affect, I try my best, even in our community, not to say that I do my best. Devil's advocate. Do I do that when I say nigga? No. Because ain't nobody complaining about being called nigga like that.
Yeah, we do.
Where they do it at? Is they on TV talking about it?
We do. If people lose their jobs because of words that, let me tell you, censorship.
By us calling each other nigga?
Well, we're girlfriends. It doesn't.
That's what I'm saying. Like we are, and we also are black, and we know what the power of the word nigga meant from them and what it means.
So
from us.
let's break down the origin of the word nigga, because nigga is a word that was created by white slave owners way back in the day. We as a black people took back the power of that word by calling each other nigga, and we say it with love, with affection. I tell my son, little nigga, I love you. And he knows that the intent is not the nigga word. The love behind it is what means. You take words and you give words what power you want them to have in your life at that time.
Yes.
Tranny had that power over you at that time, and don't you apologize
No,
for that.
it didn't have it. No, it didn't have it.
If you used it and now you're apologizing for it, then it did have it. Because you don't apologize for something that you did in the past. Because you wasn't hurting anybody. That was your way you made your money. Wasn't nobody checking for Maddie before she got popular on the thing? You had this house before you got this podcast and before you got logo. Don't discredit what you have done with your life before because of what you're doing now. This is all I'm saying. We all made mistakes. We were young. We said things that we might have regretted but I'm not going to apologize because that was who I was at that time in my life. I'm somewhere else now, so I know better. They say when you know better, you do better. That ain't always true because I do some fucked up shit still. But I do know better because I'm 54. I'm not 21. So I know better. So I do better when I can, especially when it comes to my life of my children. But don't apologize for what made you this person, because that person made you this person. Period.
I'm just saying I understood the way that it could have been used in a malicious way. At first I did not and I'm sister, you can reevaluate something and then look at it. I'm never gonna be sad because I made money off the word tranny. But what I'm saying I understood it may not have affected me, but it affected somebody else, and it affected them in a way that it was detrimental to who they are. And I have to have some type of empathy as a human being and be like, you know what?
I'm not saying not to have empathy. I'm saying don't you apologize for what made you this businesswoman. All of that was learning lessons.
Yes.
And you're still here alive to tell the story. How many of your sisters that you started out with not here to tell the story?
Yeah.
So all what God did for you, you had no control over. God is an architect. Your life was already done and planned. All you have to do is go through it. You think you making mistakes? You ain't made no mistakes. Everything you do, God already knew that you were going to do. And the God that I serve loved everybody, no matter your color, your race, or your gender. So I don't know what these Christians on social media be talking about. My God don't lose, God don't approve that. My God is nothing but love. I don't know your God. I don't know your God. Because if your God don't produce love, I don't know your God. I don't know who the hell you. Maybe you worshiping Trump. Because I don't worship Trump. My God is love. The Bible, if you break down the whole Bible and take away all the words, it could be 3 pages. God is love. Period. That's it. You hearing it from a Christian woman over there who cooks whole pigs, bitch. So, Maddie, and I love that we have a place where we can discuss our differences and our likenesses and make each other see things. Because I'm not here to change your mind. You might not be here to change my mind.
No.
But I want to hear your views. And I'm a student. So if you're going to teach me, sit me down and teach me. Don't throw a parade. Don't ostracize me. Don't block me from working because you don't agree with my views. I'm not saying anything harmful or to hurt you. What I'm saying is how I feel. Now, if you can show me another way, I'm willing to learn. But throwing a parade and blocking me from work and getting on the internet and giving 10,000 people who don't like me, that's not going to help me at all. In fact, that's going to enrage me and make me hate you and really bash your ass. So this is what my problem with us. We're always looking for a fight. How about let's just make it work? How about let's band together as a community? One, since you said we fall up under the umbrella, we're not monoliths, but we fall up under this umbrella of one people. Let's get together and do some shit.
I in no way don't argue with you about the fact that you point out that there is a problem and the problem is within. I feel like that we are self-destructive in anything. We're self-destructive as African American people. We're self-destructive as LGBT people. We self-destructive. We will hurt ourselves and then want somebody else not to hurt us. And I've always said that I've had lots of issues. Craig and I battle a lot when we start talking about issues with trans and gay and LGBT and all this stuff. Because there are times that there's a story that I want to report on that I may not, because I'm not fond of the trans woman, because the trans woman was in earlier parts of my career bashing me all the time, and now there's something out there in the
trans woman.
Always constantly bashing me, and it's just like there's a story that I'd like to cover.
Why? Why feed it? Why even feed it?
No, I didn't. No, I'm just saying, because they're trying to get their voices to be heard. I have a platform that can elevate the voice for it to be known, and I'm contemplating on. I don't know. I really don't want to talk about it. But this is why. Who's wrong in the situation? Am I, T.S. Madison, wrong because there's an issue that needs to be voiced? And
in that instance, I would think that you should focus on the issue that needs to be voiced and not the person that's being affected by
but
it.
am I also still a human being who feels like, bitch, y'all need to watch what y'all do while y'all doing it, because you never know who you need?
True. But then I would say to that, leave that to God. Leave that to the universe. Let God or the universe give them the lesson.
God told me to look at it and keep moving, and I wrote on this post, God has allowed me to see all. And I'm done with it. I just wanted to bring that up to this situation. So
from what you just saying it right now, it sounds painful for you. I wouldn't do it if it was
painful. No, it's not. It's not painful. It's the fact of
I wouldn't do it.
It's the fact of, Flame, I know you've had ups and downs in your business, and I know you haven't said things that I didn't totally agree with. And I ain't never been on no platform bashing you.
Rich, I'll fight you. I ain't scared of you.
I know you will, bitch. And I definitely rock with your Chicago ass. But I haven't said anything bashing you. I haven't been there because, I know what it's like to be an entertainer and fall on your face, get up, fall on your face, get up, then fall on your face and be on your face so long. You like, when is it going to happen? When is it going to happen? And then one day it just happened.
And you see the blessing in that? Every time you fell down, guess what you did?
Got up.
Boom. Guess where that come from? Good stock.
Yeah.
That come from good stock and faith in God.
But what I'm saying to you is I've never been, because I understand. I don't like to see. I see those girls when them girls be attacking me and those gay men be attacking me. I see that stuff.
Let's put this spade on the table since you opened up that door. Who outs trans women more than anybody else? Thank you. Say it again for the people in the back. Who outs trans? Like I said, back to our community, because LGBT, gay men fall up under that. Gay men before social media, before any internet, Queen, there was passable bitches like yourself who could go through the airport, nobody know T. Some fag and I said some fag who works at the goddamn airport say, "Oh, look, that's a man." Tell everybody as if they gonna get some brownie points for that. Nobody outs us more than gay men. Which is why I say, if we ain't gonna fix our own shit, we can't keep asking other people to fix our shit.
I'm with you when you write it. I'm with you.
I'm telling you, and until we see that as a whole and stop trying to live in this delicious bubble that we choose to live in, because we choose to live in this bubble, but we live in this country. So we have to take everything. But that's not what we're fighting for, baby. That's all I'm saying. We fight for the most minute, ridiculous shit, as opposed to fighting for what's real. The day Donald Trump went into office, the LGBT shit came down off the
Yeah,
White
I watched
House
it.
page.
I vlogged about it.
The same day. Donald Trump is erasing all the transgender rights. And this ain't just the gays. He is after the trans community. We up in arms about some other shit. anything that Barack Obama did for us, he's trying to erase. But we got gays for Trump. We got societies of this gay community, they voting for Trump. Why? Why? When we part of the gay community, that means you hate us.
Well, the thing about it is sometimes we see our race first and then our identity.
This country is so angry and so hurt and so bothered that we had a black man in office, and for argument's sake, let's just say he did a decent job. Well, I ain't gonna even say he did a good job. He did to me. He did a good job to
I
me.
agree too.
But if we gonna say for argument's sake that he just did a decent job, the racist white folk in this country was so angry that this man did a decent job that y'all went so far left to bring in Homie the Clown to be the president, and now everybody is suffering behind this. This is my problem. Yes, it's racist. Of course it's racist. But girl, we cannot, as a gay community, we are racist. How many white queens in power run so much shit? Or white men in the boardroom that's making decisions for all of us? First of all, I never thought that a gay man, no pun intended, could speak for my behalf. Gay men can't speak for trans women. Nigga, you don't live my life. You don't know what I go through. But we have put them in this place to where they speak for us because we always looking for Captain Save-A-Ho. Save your goddamn self.
Because patriarchy also exists within the LGBTQ
Thank you.
community.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But we ain't seeing all of that, Maddie. We just see what we want. So we want to throw a parade and have a march and burn a goddamn rainbow flag in front of somebody's house. No. And I don't care about ruffle feathers because this is my truth. I teach my children the way the real world works. This is the real world. We live in and we take for granted that we live in a country where we can live freely. Because if you was in the Middle East, call yourself transgender, they tie your hands behind your back.
You gotta know it.
And super glue your asshole and your ears together and your mouth. And then they feed you, before they close your mouth, they feed you laxatives and water and sit you in the city square with your hands and watch your insides explode. You laugh, that's the true shit. They killed gay men over there like that. That's brutal. That's horrible. But we take for granted that we live in a country that we can live how we want to live. We have the money and the wherewithal and any queen in any relationship with a man. I don't care what the bitch say. It's the man in the relationship. You know that, bitch, because we the hustlers. That's the hustle in us. Don't be yawning at me, bitch. I'll pull his hair. So that's all I'm saying. And until we accept everything, and including us, because I don't like to discredit women. I don't like when the trans say, "Oh, I hate fish and woo woo woo." How you going? You hate your mama? Do you hate your mother? When I hear trans women, when I hear gay men say that, do you hate your mother? Because had your mama not decided to get Grammy 9 months before you were born, you wouldn't even be here. I'm not gonna never discredit a woman. A woman brought us all here. But you hear him say this and say that, and I didn't learn how to be girly from watching my brother or from watching my uncle. I watched my mother, my auntie, my sister, my cousin. We are so disrespectful to me as a community towards women. And I always want to holler, oh, fish can't take it. Can't take what? We're impersonating them. They're not impersonating us. A bunch of them doing it now. But we are impersonating the woman. And I'm not taking nothing from my trans sisters for they going up and on. But you can't tell me how to feel. I'm a woman. You might be a woman. You might feel just like a woman. Go pee. You got something to say?
I have lots of things to say.
Because I sit and pee. I know men that sit and pee. And they still have to shake it. Not pat it with a paper towel. They shake it.
Okay. I get it.
Come on.
Because I hear what she's saying. But
she ain't know what they're wearing right now, y'all.
No, I'm just trying to get my words right. And I'm going to say it, Craig. I can't sugarcoat it.
Don't. You ain't supposed to, bitch. It's me. I'm your sister, bitch. If you can't say it raw to me, bitch, I don't know what you can do.
Straight people love Flame.
Mm-hmm.
Flame is saying real things. But those are real things to Flame.
Mm-hmm.
They're real things. A lot of it is real things to me too. But there are things that Flame is leaving out in the context of the conversation. Yes, it's okay for you to use the pronouns he and him with Flame.
Mm-hmm.
Flame has a platform or steps into a platform 10 times bigger than T.S. Madison.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Projects that. And when people use use it in a derogatory way or in a negative way towards people that are not accepting of that. They lean towards someone and make, which she just stated that she's not trying to be. This is her truth, but this is it. All rolls back to they would like that type of conversation.
They make her perception the voice.
Yes,
because they feel like, well, she said I can call her,
or
him,
no, or because that's what they believe. Because
that's what they already think.
Because Flame is still and will always be in a heteronormative mind state of thinking. Flame has children. Lots of LBGT don't. Some do, but lots don't. Flame is a transgender woman that also is a drag queen. There's many different layers to Flame. But this is why we need Flame's voice. We need Laverne's voice.
Right.
We need Janet's voice. We need my voice. We need different voices because this is different versions of a different book.
Right.
It might be the same type story-esque, but it is different.
It's a different experience.
It's a different experience.
Well, what you just said, Maddie, creates a wall of separatism between all of us. Honestly, it does. Let me tell you why. Let me explain to you why I said that. I'm going on what you said. Everybody has their own views. Everybody has their own experiences.
Correct.
But you said that the straight community loves me. That wasn't always the case. And I didn't change me to fall in line with them. I stayed me. They came where I was.
Because Flame, if a straight person is listening, it sounds good to them. It sounds like, yeah, because that's right. It sounds these ways. And people are going to chew me up down here for this because I have lots of straight fathers. I love my people, but they are very disrespectful to the girls.
You talking about the gays?
I'm talking about to the trans. They're very lots of them are. Now, I'm not talking about my Maddie Mob and my Mad Mob folks. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the people that sometimes slip in with these already. They're very disrespectful because they rely on, well, the fact is, he's still a nigga. I'm going to call him him. I don't care what his this and that and he this. And I'm steady telling you, like, listen, I'm free from that. I'm free from that space. I'm not that person.
But now you sound like you're trying to change somebody else's opinion. People gonna be who they are.
I get that, Flame.
I'm telling you. You think I went through all these 20 years in the comedy world without the name calling and the threats and the?
I know that, and it still happens.
Yeah, of course it does. I'm just strapped now.
But Craig, you understand what I'm saying?
I hear both sides of
and
it.
I'm saying this because. Because Flame becomes a great big person. Yeah. Because just like with Tyler Perry.
Come up off Tyler Perry.
But see, here's the thing. Here's what I'm saying, and I hear what you're saying because you're saying now that Flame is going off to do Netflix stuff. She's going into the stratosphere, so she's gonna become even more visible now with the work that's coming towards her. And if you're saying as a trans person that you're okay with him and that kind of thing, that the world, people who aren't really comfortable with trans experience may start to feel like they can be just as comfortable with
and
all
there are
trans
times
people.
that stuff get real disrespectful.
But what I was gonna say though was, but Flame can't be the voice for all trans people, just like you can't be, and she can't be responsible for carrying the moniker.
Yes,
for all trans
and I don't hold her responsible, and I'm not changing.
No, I know you're not,
and I'm not telling her to change her views or whatever. I'm just saying this is why it is important for different varieties.
Absolutely.
I'm not challenging her belief. That is her belief. That is her way. And people that believe the way that she believes, or think that they can treat me that way because they believe in what they believe, and she's okay with that. Right. I need them to know, don't fuck up like that.
But man, you getting that confused with my comedy world. See, you let what's his name knock you off your square because he knows me, and before social media, they had never even seen me out of drag. No, they only knew me as that Flame. But Flame, I know. Wait, but we going back to because now you're making it personal because Rodney did it. That don't mean that everybody's going to do that. He was so comfortable with me because we work as comedians on stage, joning with each other. He just lost his mind when he came to you because you're not a comedian. And he didn't know that. He just figured that we all was cool like that because me and him have such a camaraderie at the comedy club. This ain't my friend.
I
We
know,
don't have
babe.
dinner with each other.
I know, babe, but the thing
Right.
about it is he's also a hetero.
And that's what you all.
He's
yeah.
also a heterosexual man.
And you're basically what you're saying is, if Rodney Perry felt that comfortable, what about all the other straight people who will
Feel
just
that
as
comfortable. They feel it like D.L. Hughley. Even though he had to respect you, but that nigga would be very much so. What's up, bro? What's up, homeboy? Hey, you like shit? What's up with it? Like you okay? And there are jokes that I tell like that was funny, but when we talking about it in a serious space, when they introduce, hey, I want to introduce you as Mr. Flame Monroe, you might be all right with that.
No, they would never do that because then they know I tear their ass up. That's not what we're requiring. See, that's where we draw the line because that's not what we do. Because my opening is my look. So with DL, if he was to say that to me, and I was cool with that, but you know how many years I fought to get that from the male comedian?
Yes.
I fought for 15. They wouldn't even speak to me in the green room. I would go out there and blaze the stage. Nobody would address me in the green. I waited for a fist bump or a pat on the back and say, "Good job, Flame. Great set." I never got that. So it sucked that I would go and smash the stage and the audience loved me, but amongst my peers, I got nothing. So this is why I embrace it, because I wanted that for years. And it took a long time for me fighting to get that. So this is my point of when I'm making it. So it's not like everybody can just walk up to me like, "What's up, nigga? What's up, fool?" I don't know you. But if I know you and we've been in the game a long time with each other, I embrace that, Maddie. That is wonderful to me. It's love to me. And it shows respect and support. I know you don't see it that way because you live a trans life fully all the time as a trans woman. I don't. But for me, it was fantastic.
But not okay. So now here's the
Well,
question.
that's my question. How do you not live a trans woman 24/7 when you have breasts? I know you take
I
the
dress
wig.
up for the kids to go. Me dress like a guy for my kids to go to school. I did live as a woman pre-kids, but out of respect for my children and other people's children and their school and the PTA, which I'm very involved in.
But then does that mean that you're changing in the way you just said from Madison?
I
not to
respect
change?
my children. I changed
Got
for my
it.
children. I didn't change for society.
Got it.
Because if I didn't have no kids, I'd be a bitch all day.
Right.
And a hoe.
So now, how did you tell your kids though? And how old
I didn't have to. My children would conceive. I look just like this. All my women were lesbian or trans women.
Okay.
They look like the
Transgender men.
Well, yeah, you know.
Say it right.
Transgender
Trans
men. We on
yes.
court. So I look just like this.
Yeah.
This was the hook. This was the bait.
So did you ever have a conversation with your kids to like?
My kids thought men without breasts for the first couple of years was strange because I'm a single parent and have built in their lives every day. I didn't have to do a Caitlyn Jenner.
Oh,
I didn't have to
Lord.
explain nothing because
I want
I
you to-
was kid every day. That's home call.
Did it-
I was daddy there
Yes,
every
it-
day. No, I'm good.
But I want you to say that again.
What?
Which part?
Which part?
The Caitlyn Jenner? I'm not.
No, not Caitlyn.
What?
You said something before that you know what I'm saying. Your kids thought
Men without breasts. Was
that
strange.
men without breasts were strange.
because they saw me every day.
Now, let's say a person takes this snippet or this tidbit from what you said, Flame.
I said this on stage, so it don't matter.
I know, baby. I know. But let's just say I'm just a general conversation. They take a tidbit of that and be like, see, they rewarping the child. You know the stuff that come along with them straight people.
Well, I
with
say
it.
I don't think like that because here's the difference with that. I've been in my kid's life since conception. I've never missed a day or a beat. So I don't have to do all that explaining to and I understand what you're saying about somebody else's kid. I'm not responsible for somebody else's kid. I'm not responsible for how you raise your child or what you teach your kid because hate is a learned behavior. Because when little kids see little kids, I hate when people say, "Oh, they don't even see color." A goddamn lie. They do see color. My little black kid gonna see this little blonde haired girl and gonna say, "Oh, she's different from me, but she the same size as me. I'm gonna go play with her." The hate comes in when the parents teach their children hate. The nigger word, and don't play with them because they're black and woo. That's where the hate comes in. I don't teach my children hate. I do teach my children differences, but I don't teach them hate.
So once your kids realize, because you said they at some point thought that
Men without
They
without
were
breasts
they were
were
2 years
straight.
old. They
Right,
were
right.
young like that. That's
so
what I mean.
did they ever have to have a conversation
Yeah,
with
we've
you
had
about?
conversations.
Okay.
They asked me, "Dad, how long have you lived like this?
Yeah.
How long did you do this? Did you always want kids?" I always wanted kids, and I tell them, you all always wanted.
And how old were they when they had that conversation? The reason I'm asking
Maybe
is
7.
because, 7 because there's a gay man And there may be trans men like Bruce Jenner before he transitioned who are struggling with whether or not they can live their life fully or whether they should come out of the closet.
Well, his children were grown. He was already accomplished and settled. She, right. Well, he said Bruce. I was referring to that. But she was already grown.
Yeah.
Way
Let's
grown.
respect our woman of the
What
year,
was she,
okay?
68?
Let's respect our woman of the year.
Yeah, the ESPYs didn't respect women when they gave him Women of the Year. What the fuck she gonna get Woman of the Year for? You should have gave that to one of these black women or one of these women, period, that's been in the struggle for years. And she wore an ugly dress. You should have gave me one, bitch. At least I wear pretty dresses. I think
So you
that.
might not take it that you got a little issue with our great niece.
Who?
Miss Caitlin.
Caitlin.
I don't have no issue with her. I just never fell for the okie doke. See, that's another thing. That
Okay,
we
though,
look-
with the Trump thing, or what you mean?
No, okie doke, period. That's another thing. We looking for somebody to lead us. So as soon as Caitlyn came out, we thought she was the greatest thing since sliced bread. Where the bitch at now? What Mars she done showed up at? What commercial she done did? She got plenty of money. What she did was had Chris, her wife, pimp her out like she do all the other damn kids, and make a fool out of y'all. Cause she ain't never made one out of me. Cause I seen it on a Diane Sawyer special when she said she lost me first when she said she was Republican. Secondly, she lost me when she said she used to dress up in drag and go to bars and never had sex with a man. You a queen. You've been a tranny a long time. I'm sorry, a transgendered woman a long time. When men see big women, big queens, what they think? The bigger you are, the bigger you are. Am I right or wrong?
You're right.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. And this a 6'4" ass tall man with some heels on. Some man in a strange box saw this big old man thinking he got a gray big ass penis, so he went home with him. Caitlyn can tell that to somebody else cause Bruce was lying and Caitlyn ain't shit. Caitlyn killed a white woman in Malibu in a car accident, and then went and got some titties to supersede the news over that. Did I say that? Yes, I did.
You remember
Where's
that
she?
happened on Pacific
Yes, I
Coast
remember.
Highway?
In Malibu.
Yeah.
Where's she at now? Caitlyn. Quiet. You get quiet. TV show that got canceled. They gave a Woman of the Year. The ESPY Awards need their ass whooped. I'm mad at them. They shouldn't call. I don't want no award, but y'all can call me to host it next year. I'll tell y'all who that football player was in Atlanta. Until we be accountable for our own shit, we are never going to get it over as a community or as a people. Now with all this, the transgender women being murdered in enormous rate, I walk around looking strange all day. In all kind of neighborhoods, in all kind of bars. Ain't nobody did nothing to me. Ain't nobody said shit to me. So if it's 100 transgender women of color being murdered, 90 of them, the girls had a hand in it. The girls had a hand in that.
You mean a gay man had his hand?
No, I mean the queen that was murdered had her hand in it. By what part did you play in your demise? This hoe walk around with these titties in this ass all day with a hair on, sometimes with no makeup on. Ain't nobody checking for Madison to hurt her. And she go to the ghetto gas stations and woo woo woo. A lot of these young girls is running their mouth. Old queens know the game. Yep, they say, well, why you mess around with him? He had a choice. He had a choice. So did the queen. Good luck being a transgender woman, finding a man that's gonna walk down the street, hold your hand, kiss you in the mouth, take you to the family barbecues, and make you feel like you his wife. Good luck with that. Cause the gay men don't like the trans women like that. Gay men, well, first thing they holler, I don't want no titties on my back. Nigga, I like it from the front, so you ain't got to worry about it. But it's good luck with finding a man that will accept you in society, holding your hand, going to the family barbecue, taking you somewhere, and not dealing with 15 other tranny girlfriends of yours. See, that you go right there. So when these queens are outing these men, you have to understand that for every professional black athlete that you see that have made it on a sports team, 75 didn't. So you gonna catch feelings for a trick, because that's what he is. He a trick. You knew the nigga was married when you started dealing with him. You knew he had a wife, he had endorsements, he had a family. He can't be with you on the holiday. You get mad and pick up a phone and call his wife to out him. You have destroyed his career, his life, his endorsement, his children's lives, because especially black women gonna tell the kids, you know your daddy's a faggot. That's what they do. But we caught feelings for a trick because he can't be with you for your birthday or Thanksgiving. Bitch, he was a trick. He wasn't yours to begin with, i.e. Amber Geiger, who killed the black man. That wasn't her man. She was on the phone texting with her ex-partner, who was her boyfriend, who was very married, sitting in the bed next to his wife. So this nigga was bogus for texting her in the bed with his wife. She go in the house and kill somebody, shoot to kill, and said that she shot to kill him. She admitted that in court, in open court.
You sound like you're victim shaming.
I'm not at all. I'm not at all. I see it for what it is. Period.
I know some people will think that that's what
That it does
that's what
sound
it is.
victim.
But I mean, you speaking a lot of truth. Though.
She said a lot of truth, and it is truth.
And, and it's not my message
Because I am
my
older,
fucking
and I have
delivery.
been through. But this is why it is our responsibility as older queens.
When you try to teach a young queen, what's the first thing they say to you?
Bitch, you ain't my mom.
No, not that. You older. What's the first thing they say?
You
bitch,
old.
you old, bitch. You don't know what you talking about. You can't take it. You can't take it. How many times you can call me old since I've been here? And what I say, get here, bitch, get here.
But no, it's a difference between that and respect. And you know, I respect you. I respect. There are a lot of kids now that ain't gonna respect you or see you on TV like, oh, who is that? And you got a bitch over the shoulder like me, like, girl, you don't even know. You think that you're doing this Instagram comedy, girl?
Right. Girl, you're able to have the courage to do that. Because of people
Maddie,
like this.
I love my trans sisters, but like I don't want to mention no names or even no instances because I don't want to ruffle no feathers in no cities that I'm on my way to. But a lot of these queens that
Wait a
was
minute,
killed,
what city you coming to,
a lot of these queens that were killed, you can't out these boys. You can't expose these boys. You know they always say that where the boy had a choice, he knew she was a trans. The queen had a choice. If he ain't gonna be with you and you want him to go with you, then you can't fool around with him. Shit, and I'm sick of these men telling some, oh, I was fooled. I thought she was a real. And we got some convincing trans women out here. We got some bitches that you don't know. But Stevie Wonder is 3 blind mice blind. Ain't never seen a pussy, and he ain't never confused. He got 9 kids. He ain't never confused a dick with a pussy. So stop saying you was confused, cause a dick don't look like pussy. Neither does it smell like one. And if you a true connoisseur of the vagina, you know that the smell is inviting when that bitch wants you.
I wouldn't know anything about
So
that.
all these men running around here talking something they like women with penises. Yeah, player, know that when you sucking that girl's penis and she's erect, you sucking that nigga's dick and she's enjoying it. I ain't gonna say the nigga name,
Girl, but listen.
but I'm not going undercover either.
I know.
Why did I get married?
Oh! Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end of our podcast.
How you doing, Chicago?
Girl, you better not do that man's voice before they catch on.
I don't know what you're talking about. That's my line and I'm sticking to it.
Yeah. So we've come to the end of our podcast, ladies and gentlemen. Listen, please make sure you're following Flame at
FlameMonroe.com, www. What's my other one? Oh, Monroe Flame is my Instagram. Twitter is Flame Monroe, and Marcus Flame Monroe Parker is my complete Facebook page. Thank you very much.
she don't even mind. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it was so good entertaining you guys. We love you. We'll see you next. Well, we'll see you in about a couple of weeks because we're going to be off for a few weeks.
Cause Maddie got a birthday next week, y'all. She
Hey,
getting older. Why she calling me old?
I'm getting more seasoned.
Is that what it is?
Seasoned.
Girl, you ain't gonna now do your mama's season on that pork over there, cause that pork is some kind of good.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we gone. See you in Mexico.
Love you.